It's time for circle time again. Yay! Let's make sure we're doing our 5 circle time jobs. Are you ready? Help me sing this. Are you sitting? Are you sitting? Hands in your lap. Hands in your lap. Eyes on the teacher. Eyes on the teacher. Listening. Listening. And you're going to listen quietly. Good job. Remember that's called show 5 when you go to kindergarten or when you get bigger. You're going to do show 5 at school, just like we do. That's something that you do in preschool and in kindergarten and as you get older. It's great. Okay, now let's see who's here today. Guess what? I have my window. I look through my window and who do I see? Who do I see? It's Mrs. Quiggle, Mrs. Quiggle, another friend for me. Okay, now it's your turn. I look through my window and who do I see? Another friend for me. Good job. Thank you. Thanks for coming to Circle Time today. Now, one thing that I forgot to tell your mom and dad is that in your preschool stuff, most of you, I think, had a white cardboard laminated or cardstock laminated sheet. That's your pretend whiteboard. And they gave you a little whiteboard marker. So we're going to use that at circle time. A lot of times, if you see this practice letters icon on the, oh, that's too far away. There we go. If you see that practice letters icon on our group plan, then the kids should get their whiteboards. If they don't have it or if it's not working or whatever, just get a white piece of paper and a marker or crayon and they can practice like that. It's very easy. Not a big deal. But if you have a whiteboard and whiteboard marker that they can use, that works too, because then they can just zip, erase it off and keep on going. Okay, so that was an aside. Sorry, kids. Okay, now we did our greeting song, so we're already done with that. Then we're going to do some letter practice. Then we're going to do their question of the day. And then at the end, we're going to do our story, because I have to make 2 videos because I have a feeling that my story is going to go too long. So that way, if you only have time to watch part of the video, then you can watch that and then watch the story after that. So yesterday and the days before, when we had our What Is It bag, we had lots of things that started with the letter U, but we didn't write the letter U. Usually we would do that, wouldn't we? Or we would at least pretend to write the letter U. So we're going to practice writing the letter U right now on our whiteboard or paper. And where do you start your letters? At the top. Remember that song? Where do you start your letters? At the top. Where do you start your letters? At the top. If you want to write a letter, then you better. Where do you start your letters? At the top. So I'm going to start at the top right here. Let me turn my marker the right way. And a U takes a tall line down and then a curve, and then you just pull right up. Well, that was a little crooked, but that's okay. U. So you do a tall line down, just like this. Curve at the bottom, and pull up. You can trace right over your own U, or you can do another one. I just didn't have a spot for my hand. So that is how you write a U. But now let's practice some other letters that we do a little bit more of. So let's see. If we were going to write the letter T, this is one of our favorites because it's so easy. It's a tall line down, zoop, and then an easy across, zoop. There's our T. Oof, Mrs.Q. That's not so great. Let's try that again. Let's try it on this side. Tall line down, zoop, and then an easy across, zoop. There you go. That's our letter T. Let's see if you can tell me what letter this is. First, I'm going to start with my favorite tall line down, zoop. And then what happens if I do this? Here, I'm going to fix my camera a little bit there. Can you see? Oh, now we can't see the line. There we go. Tall line down, zoop. Then I'm going to do a C curve. What letter is that? That's right. It's the letter P. What happens if I add another curve? Zoop. Now what letter is it? That's right. It's the letter B. This is tricky to do with the lighting. Let's do 2 more, maybe 3 more, because I think I have a good one. So another tall line down. What letter is that? That's just not, it's not a letter yet. What if I do this? Easy across and a little easy across. What letter is that? That's the letter F. What would happen if I took another easy across at the bottom and drew it over like that? It's the letter E. You're right. Sometimes I like to try to trick the kids, and then I'll erase part. Oops, that wrecked my tall line down. And then what if I turn this into a curve and a down the slide? There you go. It's the letter R. Very easy. What if I erase this part? And we turn this into an up the slide, up the steps. There it is. It's the letter K. You guys are so smart. So smart. All right. So we'll do some more letter things at the very end when you go. But let's do our question of the day first. Okay, our question of the day today is, how many windows do you have in your house? The good news is, if you don't know the number, you can go count them. So go count every window in your house. Or if you have so many windows that you don't know how to count that high, then count the number of windows in your kitchen or in your bedroom or in the living room where you are. Because if you have a lot of windows, then it would be tricky to count them. But if you can count that high, then go around and count as many windows as you can in your whole house. I don't even know how many windows I have in my house. I think I'll have to do that and report back tomorrow. Okay, that's what I'll do. All right, now before we go on to the story part, which I have to do a little setup here, let's make sure we know the words for the story. So yesterday we talked about the pig as being one of our vocabulary words. Let's see if we can move this closer. It worked when I was practicing, but it doesn't look like it's working right now because I practice in different light. Okay, so pig, oink oink, that's one of our characters. We have our wolf, who's another character. We have the word build, which is when you make something, like they were building a house, they made their houses. And then we had huff, puff, and blow. So those 3 words meant the same thing. Remember, it meant moving air through your mouth. Or actually blow that hot air on your hand. Now blow some cool air on your hand. That's huffing and puffing and blowing. I also had some new words that I wanted to make sure that you knew because we talked about them. We read them in the story, but I want to make sure that we highlight them. So we have the word straw. It looks kind of like hay. That's what the first little pig built his house out of, straw. And it's something that grows. The next little pig built his house out of sticks. Sticks are the wood from trees, like the branches from trees that fall on the ground. So that was our second word. Then the third little pig built his house out of bricks. Oh, that just says brick, but bricks. So, yep. And that was very strong, wasn't it? So that was the third thing. And then our last word for today is the word chimney. Now, the chimney, as you notice, is up on top of the house. So at the brick house, it has the door and the windows, and then it had the roof, which is the top part. And then on top of the roof is the chimney. That's where the smoke from the fireplace comes out. So those are our vocabulary words that we have today. Straw, sticks, bricks, and chimney. Okay, when you see the letter of your name, you can go find or go count the number of windows you have in your house. So if your name starts with W, or if your name starts with the letter A, or if your name starts with the letter B, you can go count the number of windows in your house. If your name starts with the letter V, down and up, then you may go. If your name starts with the letter S, let's see if I can do it without. Sometimes it's hard for Mrs.Q to write that upside down, so I'd like to do that. S, if your name starts with the letter F, If your name starts with the letter K. If your name starts with the letter R. If your name starts with the letter E, you can go count the number of windows in your house. If your name starts with the letter J. If your name starts with the letter P. You guys are being so patient. If your name starts with the letter C, we have a lot of friends that have their name that starts with C. Let's see. If your name starts with the letter G, or the letter L, or the letter N, or the letter, oh, I did P already, the letter M. Oh, I'm going to run out of room. The letter I. And if your name starts with the letter, did I get C? Did I get them all? Is that possible? M, L, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's what happens when you go out of order. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Mrs. Q did it. I was worried there for a minute. So if your name starts with any of those letters, you can go count the number of windows in your room. And then I'll see you back here in a few minutes for the story of the 3 little pigs. Bye.